And twice Paul says in verse 5, he says it's in thee. Whatever you need, it's in you. He says it in verse 5 and verse 6. Stir up the gift of God that is in you. Paul is not asking Timothy like Gatorade is asking, is it in you? Paul is saying definitely it's in you. You've got a gift in you. And what does Paul want you to do? You're discouraged. What does Paul want you to do? What is Paul's answer to your discouragement? He says, stir up the gift that is in you. In the real sense, what Paul is reassuring Timothy of is that the problems he is facing externally cannot compare to the power he possesses internally. Timothy, is it in you? Yes, Timothy, it's in you. You have the inner power to deal with the loss of Paul, his tribulation. You've got the inner power to deal with the task that you have at hand. It's in you. You've got the inner power to deal with your tribulation. It's in you. How do I know? Paul says, I know because God hath not given you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Now the word fear, you know there are several words in the Greek language for fear. And one of the words is phobo or phobia. But that is not the word that is used here. The Greek word used here is deleas, genitive singular feminine. Not just fear of external situations, but timidity or cowardice. An internal acceptance of inability. My brothers and sisters, if I came to tell you anything today, it is the fact that if God is in your life, you don't have to be afraid of anything, anybody, any situation, any challenge, because God has given you power and it's in you. So to Timothy he is saying, God hasn't given you the spirit of timidity. God did not make you to have an internal acceptance of any perceived inability. God did not make you a coward. God did not make you timid. Who told you to be fearful, Adam? Who told you that you were naked? Moses, who told you that you can't speak? Moses, who told you that you can't speak? Gideon, who told you that you can't do it? Joshua, who told you that the walls cannot come down? Esther, who told you that you're not the one to complete this task? Timothy, who told you that you're not able? The spirit of timidity is not from God. We got too many coward Christians running around talking about I love Jesus. Got too many people who believe that everybody else can have it but you. Got too many people who sing into Jesus, all to Jesus, I surrender. But they feel as though they're defeated for the rest of their lives. God says it's in you. Moses, go down to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. It's in you. Adam, I'll clothe you and expose the devil. It's in you. Gideon, you're a mighty man of valor. I'll use you to accomplish my purpose. Joshua, you have already won the battle because the captain of the Lord's host is leading. Esther, you've come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Timothy, you've got it within you. No, God did not give you the spirit of fear, but God has given you power, love, and a sound mind. Now, I must end quickly, but I can work on that for a little bit, and let me share some lessons with you this afternoon. God is saying to all of us in here that he has put something in us. What God has put in you, what has God put in you? What has he put in you? First of all, God said he has given to you power. That's capacities. That's the first C word. The word power here is not exousia or authority. It is dunamis, miraculous power, miraculous capacities. It's in you. Now, Ephesus may be daunting. The church